Oh my goodness. Okay, that is definitely a glitch. I mean, look at that. He's huge. Just imagine having a massive man like this following you around everywhere you go. Holy moly, nobody would mess with you, not even the gym leaders. You walk in, they'd be like, here, just take the badge, just take it, I don't want it. What's up everyone, welcome back to beating Pokemon Insurgence with a brand new team for every gym. This is episode 7. The last leg featured 2 different victories that happened on the very first attempt. So, you can probably tell that we were fairly easy off in that leg. Personally, I don't think that things are going to be quite so lucky for us in this one. We have 3 more major battles to go, including another battle against Tane and a battle against the next gym leader who, this time, specializes in water types. Well, it's not that grass and electric type Pokemon, who would be great for this leg, are not impossible to find around here, but it's just that they're extremely rare to find around here. It is worth being concerned that we won't have too many Pokemon with a typing advantage, which is already going to put us at somewhat of a disadvantage. The smart move for us would be to try and avoid being too weak against the opposition, rather than being super strong. Anyway, without further ado, let episode 7 begin. The first place I'm going to go is to the Dragon Ruins. The Dragon Ruins is the place where I'm going to have to battle Tane, so I'm not really going to be able to advance past here until after I defeat him. So I'm going to have to work with what little new selection I have. My current plan is to catch 2 Pokemon in the Dragon Ruins, and then move on from there to catch 4 more Pokemon in the Safari Zone. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with some repeat Pokemon that we've had before, especially since there's a 20% chance we encounter Feraligatr in the Ruins, and another 20% chance of encountering Audino in the Safari Zone. On the bright side, both of these Pokemon in the past have already proven that they can be very useful. So, let's get going with catching some Pokemon. In the Dragon Ruins, my first encounter is Charizard. That's not too bad. It will be weak to the coming water type gym, but one weak Pokemon is not necessarily a bad thing, as long as I don't get another fire type. Typings aside, Charizard is an incredible Pokemon. It's fast, it's strong, it's everything you would expect from a fully evolved starter. My second encounter is a Feraligatr, and soon, I've got my second Feraligatr of the run. The lack of water type moves in the moveset is less than convenient, but apart from this, Feraligatr is a very strong Pokemon that will at least resist the next gym's strongest moves. Time to head on down to the Safari Zone. Before I go into any details, I'll just list off the encounters that I had, then go into whether or not it was what I was aiming for, or if they're even good. Here we go. Hippowdon, fail. Donphan, success. Crocodile, fail. Purugly, fail. Zebstrika, fail. Flareon, fail. Electros, fail. Drapion, fail. Purugly, fail. Heatmor, fail. Liavani, fail again. Drapion, captured. Golurk, captured. Audino, captured. Well, that was a very interesting run through the Safari Zone. I had a lot of trouble capturing Pokemon at first, but then had a last-minute 3 Pokemon streak to bring home the final pieces to this new team. In any normal situation, I would be very satisfied with this team, but there is one small problem. I captured 3 Pokemon who are weak to water types. At the very least, there are no 4 times weaknesses, but I am getting a few Audrey battle vibes again from this team. Luckily, I made a promise to see this challenge through legitimately, no matter how bad things seem to get. And, truthfully, things aren't that bad. For example, Charizard and Golurk were both Pokemon that I had on this team when I beat the Elite Four on my regular hard mode playthrough, and they were also both on the team when I beat this gym leader. The truth is that we're just going to need to see where this team is able to take us. Who knows? Maybe it'll be easier than I think. Anyway, as usual, we are under-leveled, and it's time to grind the team to the cap. Enjoy this copyright-free music while I grind this team in extreme speed. Wow, okay, real time. That was about 40 minutes. Well, we're ready to face Tane now, aren't we? Wrong. So wrong. It's quite ridiculous. First, we need to fix Audino's moveset again, just like last time, but we also have one more card to play. A card that I've been waiting to pull since the beginning of this challenge, but just haven't had a chance to do so. Just watch the bottom of the screen for a minute and witness the power that I'm talking about. Oh. Well, okay, that's embarrassing. One sec, I'll be right back. I just need to go and do a couple races on the Sonata tracks, and I'll have more than enough money. Holy mackerel! I just got a Master Ball. Oh my goodness. I just got a Master Ball. This is absolutely insane. This opens up so much. It means that I can choose one Pokemon in the next 2 legs to catch with a 100% chance of taking it home. And yes, Pokeballs are considered to be non-renewable resources, meaning that I'm not allowed to soft reset when catching Pokemon. This is insane, because it guarantees at least one of the Pokemon that I really want, I can have. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. I can't even think to believe it. The odds were so low. I didn't think it was possible that I would be able to get a Master Ball by racing on the tracks. It's unbelievable. I'm absolutely speechless. Wow, that's incredible. Amazing. Back to what we were doing before. Mega Evolution, man. This Mega Donphan is the first Mega Evolution that I will be taking advantage of in the run. I hope to goodness it's not the last, but for now, it's exactly what I need to make this team just a little bit more powerful. This run just could not be going much better right now. I am ecstatic, so excited, so many good things happening in a row here. But it's time to focus. Tane, I'm coming for you. So this one is a double battle, and my partner in crime is none other than my rival, Nora. I can't express how useless she's been in this battle for me in the past, especially on hard mode. Her team is just built to lose this fight. So, as you can expect, she ends up actually doing most of the work. Honestly, I was baffled at how well her team was able to perform. She was the one who landed the killing blow, and for the first time ever, she still had a Pokemon left in play when we won the battle. Normally, it's just me. After the first couple turns, all her team is gone. To be honest, there really isn't much to say about what happened here this time, because she just did most of the work. It's not that I was completely useless. I mean, I did some things, I guess. It's not like most of my team was one-shot. It's not like most of my team was one-shot or anything, I mean, right? In all seriousness, here's exactly what happened. I led with Audino, Nora used Liavani, and Tane sends out Salamence and Metagross. Liavani faints extremely fast, and I use Audino to paralyze both of Tane's Pokemon as fast as possible. Paralyzing is essential in this battle in order to get the jump on speed. Nora sends out Flygon, who also gets one-shot, then sends out Darmanitan. Audino then gets crit, but Darmanitan's Rock Slide does a good deal of damage to the opposition. I send out Charizard, then use a Max Revive on Audino. Tane switches out Salamence for Typhlosion, and it gets 2-shot by more Rock Slides from Darmanitan. However, the paralyzed Metagross finally gets something through and one-shots Darmanitan with an Earthquake, but this one misses Charizard since it's half Flying type. Nora sends out Celebi, who gets one-shot. Charizard burns Kyurem with one Flamethrower. My first damaging move of the match, if you can believe it. Then Charizard gets one-shot by Metagross, figures. I send out Mega Donphan, who quickly gets one-shot, and Nora sends out Aegislash. I send in Drapion, who crunches Kyurem, then Aegislash finishes it with Iron Head. Zekrom comes out and I outspeed, so I manage to crunch it and get a chance defense drop before going down to Earthquake from Metagross. A trend you may be noticing here is that Metagross has been in play for nearly the whole battle. That in itself is fine, but the important part is that it hasn't been able to hit us very often because of its paralysis, which was the whole point of paralyzing the other team from the beginning. It's essential to make sure Metagross can't pick us off too fast. Then we can focus on taking out other Pokemon faster by ganging up on them. That same Earthquake that took Drapion out also nearly takes Zekrom out thanks to that defense drop. I go with Feraligatr and use Surf, but Aegislash uses Shadow Sneak first to take out Zekrom. Luxray comes in its place. I switch out to Golurk. Here's where Nora makes an absolute all-pro move. She switches out for Crobat just as I select Earthquake, so my Earthquake misses Crobat, then hits Metagross, nearly taking it out and successfully taking out Luxray for my first kill shot of the whole match. Salamence comes back out, and these are the last two we need to finish off. I send Audino back in, Crobat takes out Metagross, then goes on to take out Salamence. So as you can see, yeah, Nora did do most of the work. I wasn't entirely useless, just to be clear, but pretty darn close to it. I had one kill shot in the whole match as I just left Nora to do most of it. That being said, we would not have won if Audino hadn't paralyzed Metagross. We know this for a fact since it was Metagross missing most of its attacks that allowed us to win in the end. On the bright side, at least it's over now, and we can move on to what's next. And what comes next is the most daunting task I've ever had to face. Actually, it was just the medium in the next town. And the battle was simple. Just simple. It's really not worth detailing exactly what happened. Audino faints early, but Donphan one-shots both Bronzong and Alakazam. Charizard makes quick work of Shedinja. Drapion had zero trouble with Mismagius. Gengar took a few hits because of the potions, but it was also easy to deal with because of Drapion's dark-type attacks. So, quite frankly, that battle was really easy. It's considered a major battle in the grand scheme of things, but I think I beat it on my first try every time I played through this game as well. It's an easy one. I had very few casualties in the past, very few as well, so it's really nothing to touch on. Now that we beat the brainwashed crazy woman, it's time to head to the next town. It's time to do the one thing that is probably the biggest waste of time and my life this run is going to throw at us. It's time to catch Mew. Charizard does all the work as two flamethrowers brings it down to almost nothing, and a few Ultra Balls later, we've captured our first legendary Pokemon. Only we can't actually use it, all thanks to the fact that this encounter has to happen for the storyline before we fight the gym. Because of that, now we have to put Mew in the only place where it can sit and say, "Ooh, look, I caught a legendary Pokemon, I guess. So cool, yeah." It should be relatively comfortable next to Machop in the never going to use box and the PC. Yeah, Mew can be happy in this box forever. I mean, just look how much room it has. So much space, right? It doesn't ever have to partake in battle. Great, right? Anyway, now that that big waste of time is over, it's time to face the second last gym leader in the region, Calreath. The real challenge with getting past Calreath was getting past his first three Pokemon without losing my entire team. Heliolisk isn't super hard to get past, but then there's Delta Dragonite, but to make things even harder, you have to get past a regular Dragonite right after that. I know that once I can get past those three, the rest of the team is really not that much of a challenge. I just need to figure out how to do it. But I do eventually come up with a plan. I have to lead with Golurk, and Golurk has to be holding a Focus Sash. Heliolisk is a one-shot, but we just need to make sure we attack first. Golurk goes down to 1 HP and Heliolisk goes down to a single Earthquake. Delta Dragonite comes out, so I send in Donphan. Dragonite is a two-shot, so it uses up some potions before taking us out the rest of the way. I send in Feraligatr because it's tough enough to tank any hit. Unfortunately, Dragonite hits with a critical, so Feraligatr goes down. Finally, I send in Charizard, so Earthquake misses, and 1 slash finishes Dragonite off. Only 1 to go before victory is basically confirmed. Charizard gets one shot, I send in Audino who gets 1 Thunder Wave in, paralyzing it. Then Audino goes down to 1 super effective superpower. I put Drapion in and revive Donphan and Audino. Then Drapion faints in 1 shot. I send Donphan in only to miss Giga Impact, then faint right away. Audino goes in, so I revive Donphan, Feraligatr, and Drapion before fainting. Donphan goes back in and finally lands that Giga Impact to take out Dragonite. Mega Politoed is next and quickly wipes out Donphan. I put in Drapion, revive Audino, faint, send in Feraligatr, heal Audino, then fight it off for a while, revive Drapion and Donphan, then eventually faint to poison damage. Audino goes in and paralyzes it, but somehow Politoed never seems to get stuck, fully paralyzed, and I waste way too many potions before finally just getting in 1 flash and fainting to reduce the accuracy a little bit. I put in Drapion and 1 crunch almost takes it out, but it's not quite enough and Drapion gets 1 shot. I put in Golurk so that I can revive some of my team. I wasn't actually intending to use it against Politoed, but then Politoed used Rest, and I thought, wait a second, Golurk has Focus Punch, and his ability increases the power of punch attacks. So that's what I started to use. Focus Punch is basically an extremely powerful move that always goes last. And if the user gets hit before the attacker can get it off, then the attack will fail. But because Politoed is asleep, there's little to no risk. And soon, Golurk of all Pokemon is the one who takes out Politoed. Wow, that's pretty lucky. Goodra is next, so I send in Drapion. Heal Drapion, then use Scary Face twice to severely decrease Goodra's speed so that my whole team can outspeed. I heal Audino and Golurk, but unfortunately Drapion goes down because of an unlucky critical hit. I put in Golurk, I outspeed, and 3 Earthquakes nearly does the job, but doesn't quite get there, and Golurk eventually goes down to an Ice Beam. I follow up with Donphan, and 1 Earthquake easily finishes the job. Manaphy is Calreet's last Pokemon. I revive Drapion and Donphan goes down to Scald. I put in Audino and try to paralyze it, but it turns out Manaphy's ability makes it so that certain effects don't hold on to the Pokemon, so as soon as it gets paralyzed, the paralysis just gets removed right away. Audino goes down, but I revive Feraligatr first. Feraligatr takes 2 hits as I revive and heal Audino back to full health. This time, when I send Audino in, I use Flash to reduce accuracy. This works because it's a status move, then I go down. Drapion is now my last Pokemon. I take 1 turn to revive Feraligatr and Manaphy misses a Scald. Then I use my higher speed to use Scary Face and decrease Manaphy's speed so that my whole team can outspeed it. Then it misses again. I use another Scary Face and Manaphy misses again. Now I start attacking Manaphy and Manaphy keeps missing. At first Crunch isn't doing a lot, but over time it builds in power as I did equip Drapion with the Metronome before this battle. Finally, one last Crunch finishes Manaphy off for the win. And just like that, we are now at 7 badges. We are so darn close, I can almost taste it. There remains to be only 1 more badge to earn, then we can push our way to the Elite Four. I am so excited, but on a completely off note, did anyone else notice that we were severely underleveled in that battle? I did consider going back to grind levels, but then I was like, nah, I don't think we need to. Why would I do that when I can just walk in there with my beast of a monster Golurk striding in next to me and be like, man, give me the badge. I mean, we didn't kick butt or anything, but we did win, and that's all that matters. I'm genuinely excited for the next 2 legs of the run. Everything that we've been doing so far has just been practice, and now the next 2 episodes is where things really start to get real. The battles get harder, and we're going to need to cover a wide range of types. We have to keep close tabs on the Pokemon that we have acquired, and the Pokemon that we're going to acquire, and make sure not to waste any opportunity for fighting the Elite Four, while also not letting some opportunities go entirely to waste as a whole on the run itself. It will be a fancy chess match, and we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Thanks for being here, leave a like, subscribe, tune in to see me crush my way to gym number 8. See you next week.